বাংলাদেশ এখন প্রযুক্তির আতুরঘর। তৈরি পোশাকের ব্র্যান্ড ইমেজ পেছনে ফেলে এখন টেক জায়ান্টদের নজর কাটছে আমাদের ছোট্ট বদ্বীপ। এখানে মাত্র কয়েক বছরে স্মার্টফোনের বিক্রি ছাড়িয়েছে 10 কোটির গণ্ডি। ডিজিটাল ডিভাইস মার্কেট গ্রোথ 20% বেশি। দক্ষ জনশক্তির সুবাদে বাংলাদেশের স্মার্ট ও ফিচার ফোনের শিল্পে এসেছে বিদেশি বিনিয়োগও। তাদের অভিজ্ঞতা কি তা জানতেই আজকের দ্য বিজনেস আপনাদের সাথে আছে আমি তৌহিদ হোসেন। দর্শক, এই বিষয়ে কথা বলতে আমরা আমন্ত্রণ জানিয়েছি মোবাইল হ্যান্ডসেট নির্মাতা ওপোর দক্ষিণ এশিয়া অঞ্চলের ব্র্যান্ড ডিরেক্টর ইয়াংগুকে। Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest for tonight. Welcome to all. Thanks. দর্শক, এর মধ্যে আপনারা জেনেছেন যে আমাদের আজকের যিনি অতিথি তিনি একটি মোবাইল নির্মাতা প্রতিষ্ঠানের দক্ষিণ এশিয়া অঞ্চলের ব্র্যান্ড ডিরেক্টর এবং তিনি যেহেতু অন্য দেশের নাগরিক সে কারণে আজকে এই আলোচনার বড় অংশ জুড়ে, আসলে বড় অংশ না, পুরো অংশ জুড়ে আসলে ইংরেজিতে আলোচনা হবে, কিন্তু সেই বিষয়টা আপনাদেরকে আমাদের কাছে মনে হয়েছে জানানো একটি জরুরি। এখন আমরা আলোচনায় ফিরে যাচ্ছি। মিস ইয়াংগু, থ্যাংক ইউ ফর কামিং টু আওয়ার শো অ্যান্ড আই হ্যাভ নোন দ্যাট ইউ আর ভেরি বিজি and so from that you have managed time and came to our show. I would like to know about your experience so far in Bangladesh, as you have invested in Bangladesh for a long time, and it is said that Bangladesh is a booming industry of the ICT, and you have passed quite a long time in Bangladesh and with your investment. How is the experience so far?
I really like Bangladesh. I think Bangladesh is very prominent because we can see I haven't been here for so long, but the time I was here, I can see the people. I like it, especially because of the people. Because I've seen our staff; they're very young and they're very talented, and they're very hardworking. So no matter what kind of because Oppo is here to make a change, so we want to start something new, especially from the marketing side. So every time when we're planning campaigns, we want new ideas and fresh minds, and also very localized approach, so that we can push out our key message. So each and every time our team is very supportive, and they work extra to reach the goal. So in general, I think one of the things I like the most about Bangladesh is the people here and our dear team. Yeah.
Do you think Bangladesh has a big impact of ICT behind this growth that we are very proud of? Right now we are having a growth of around more than 7%. How do you evaluate the impact of ICT in there?
I think ICT is a very important part. The important industry is the driving force behind the overall booming industry of booming economy of Bangladesh. There's two main factors that helps the transformation of economy. The first fact is that the smartphone is really popularizing in Bangladesh. So we can see that more people are transforming from feature phone to smartphone. This is somehow of a base for future development. And the second thing is about mobile internet, because there's more mobile network coverage, and through phones, we're opening doors to new possibilities in Bangladesh. So now we can see that the trends of online e-commerce, we can see the trends of online education and online entrepreneur. One of the main things I have noticed here is about mobile payments, yes, which was really surprised me because back in China, we can see that everything right now for transaction, everything happens online. So very few people are using cash right now. But in Bangladesh, I was so surprised to see that the mobile payment trend is also booming. Now, it's kind of like transforming the way like people are storing and using, let's say, making transactions right now. And another thing I noticed is that it's said that it's also kind of changing how people are doing their finance. For instance, some of the girls, and especially women, they will have more ownership of their own storage or own finance because of the mobile payment, because they're storing their own money, they have their own ownership in this sector. So I think this is something very interesting for me to see. Yeah.
Okay, so what was your philosophy while you were investing in Bangladesh? Now you have a big factory in Gazipur, and you're trying to invest more to get the best out of this market. So what was the philosophy behind that? Do you really wanted to grab the local market, or you wanted to go to the international market as well from here?
So for Oppo, one of our main, our main corporate philosophy is 本分. So it's somehow in Chinese, but 本分 means like we are rooted in the things that we are really good at, and then we expand. So basically what Oppo is really good at is designing of product. So, one of our brand DNA is innovation. So we're spare no efforts in designing very good products. So we were behind a lot of, trends in the mobile industry. For instance, we were the first to introduce pop-up camera. We were the first to introduce low voltage charging. So this kind of technological innovation has changed the industry before. So for us, I think the main advantage for us is to design the product that meets both functionality and also look good, like aesthetical. So one of our main strategy here is rooted into our product portfolio. So we are offering Renault series, we're offering A series, and also our high-end series, Fine series, is trying to, offer different options for different segment of consumers. So this is one of our main strategy. And the second thing is right now we are already started local production. So actually we're trying to build our own ecosystem because we're offering jobs here, and we are having we're cultivating our own staff. So, and also we have our own let's say supply chain here. So we're trying to build an entire ecosystem to benefit the industry.
Okay, so if I consider the Chinese brands right now working and invested in Bangladesh, there are many Chinese mobile handsets or smartphones already in the market. So how do you think that you are doing in the competition? One. Secondly, how do you feel that you have actually influenced the tech behavior of the people around here? Maybe not in the cities. I'm talking about the rural consumers as well. Do you think that you have influenced enough in the market?
So because Oppo entered the market quite early, we started from 2014. So right now, I think both in terms of market share and also the brand preference, as we can see from our brand survey, is already proving that Oppo is a leader right now in the market right now. So we're among the top 5 players in the market in terms of market share. And one of the most thing that I want to mention is that brand preference. So according to our internal brand survey, we already we are among the top 2 in the market right now in terms of brand preference. I think this is largely contributed by the love of our loyal Bangladeshi users in Bangladesh. So me personally, when I observe the market, I can see that there's a change of consumer behavior from the first time when people are changing from feature phone to smartphone till now. So right now the consumer are more sophisticated. Previously, when the consumer are first accepting the smartphone, most of them are looking into the specifications. For instance, the latest chipset, the largest pixels, like that. So by that time, doing business was quite easy because, from a company point of view, those who wins the supply chain wins. But now, I think the consumer, not just in Bangladesh, but overall global market is getting more sophisticated. So because I think it's partly because of technology is right now it's not just smartphone, but also the IoT product and everywhere right now. So right now the consumer are looking for more in a product. It's not just about specification. They're getting more sophisticated. So now they're looking for a trustworthy brand because they're not only looking for smartphone product. They're looking for more as an entire new experience, for sure. And also, I think in terms of product, they're also looking for easy to use, basically a more software-oriented experience. and a reliable device. So these are, I think, all the strengths of Oppo. In this perception, Oppo is a really potential brand and the rising brand. So in Bangladesh, we are not just selling smartphones. We're also providing the entire service. For instance, our after-sale service to our Oppo users as well.
Do you think the phones are expensive here in Bangladesh? Because a lot of consumers, maybe from the rural areas or from the cities as well, they think that the mobile handsets or the smartphones or the feature phones are quite expensive here in Bangladesh, and they are getting out of their affordability. Do you think the same? And can you make the phones cheaper?
We are actually doing it. So we have our A series range, which which is more towards the to popularize the technology. So, for instance, our one of our main technology strengths is charging technology. So Oppo was the first to introduce a low voltage charging solution. We have our own patent, which is right now is called SuperVolk. So for this technology was self-developed by Oppo, where we were using a low voltage charging to lower the heat and make it safer. So for this kind of technology, right now we're putting this very mature technology in our A series product, so that more consumers are able to enjoy the technology right now. So for Oppo, I think right now we're working both hands, because if we look at the industry as a whole, it requires new technology to push, to open new possibility, to change to transform the industry into something new, to reshape the user experience for sure. But on the other hand, we are also looking for to make the technology more accessible for everyone. So for our the mature technology that we already have, like the patents, we're trying to open up to the patents, not only to our low range product, but also to the other players in the market, so that they can also more consumer can enjoy our technology.
Okay, Ms. Yanku, we will take a break right now, and then we'll come back with the challenges you have faced so far in the market.
Sure.
আমরা দর্শক একটি বিরতির পর খুব দ্রুত ফুটবো, এবং আমরা বাংলাদেশের যে মোবাইল হ্যান্ডসেটের বাজার নিয়ে কথা বলছি সেটি নিয়ে আমরা আরো আলোচনা করবো। আমাদের সাথেই থাকুন। দর্শক আবারও স্বাগত, আপনারা দেখছেন দ্য বিজনেস। আমাদের সাথে স্টুডিওতে আছেন ওপো মোবাইলের দক্ষিণ এশিয়া অঞ্চলের ব্র্যান্ড ডিরেক্টর ইয়াঙ্গু। As we're talking about the challenges and the experience in the market, I would like to focus more on the challenges in this time. As you have invested in a factory in Bangladesh and you are running it, you have planned to invest more in Bangladesh. Do you feel any challenges while running or doing business in Bangladesh?
Yes, I think we are facing the same challenges to as all market players. I think one of the main challenge every company right now is facing here is the lack of reliable power supply. But in my perceptions, every challenge can turn into an opportunity for sure. So right now, because the overall country is lack of reliable power supplies. Of course, it is very important to ensure the power supply in the city as well as in the rural area to make sure all the production goes smoothly. But me personally also felt this is a very good opportunity, because for Oppo, one of the main advantage is flash charge, as I just mentioned. So maybe we can open up, to collaborate with some public infrastructure to, share our strengths of flash charge to benefit more people. Like, in some public area, maybe we can, install such flash charging stations so that more people can get enough power before the power cut. So this is one of the challenge that we're facing right now, but there's a way to work it out. And the second thing I think is in terms of the public policy and also, the government support for the companies. So it's also very important for us to have a very clear framework and for smartphone companies and technology companies to know that what is our way to operate in this market, because right now I think the overall situation is changing a lot. So an open framework, an open policy is very important. So it gives more confidence to the major players in the market. And the third thing I think is more towards the manpower and the young talent in the market, because I think Bangladesh has a very strong potential because of the growing young population and the young talent. But right now, in terms of education and the companies, I think there can be a stronger connection between the educational institution, the technology business area, so that we can attract more talent to join OPPO, and also help the country to keep more, rising talent in the country, not just, going to abroad. So these are the three main challenges, and I think these are also a very good opportunity for companies like OPPO to play a bigger role in this market.
It's been planned that the government has already proposed a new budget, and it has been said that they are going to impose more taxes on the digital devices in the next fiscal year. If it happens and if this budget gets passed, the digital devices are getting expensive in common sense. So do you think this is going to help the market or your investment in the market?
Mm-hmm. So, we understand that right now is a very challenging situation. But I think the more important tax will not solve all the issues, but more importantly is to foster collaboration in this economy and to boost innovation. For instance, bringing more technological solutions and offer more job opportunities to the market, and boost innovation in the market instead of just imposing tax.
Do you think these smart devices or the digital devices are going to be boring in the next few years? Because in the last World Mobile Congress, it has been said that these devices will replace into some other devices. If it is, I believe OPPO is working with their innovations as well. What are these, and how do you plan to bring new products in the market if these devices are going to be abolished anyway?
This is a very interesting opinion, I would like to say. I think because I'm also observing the market, I think because this opinion is, derived from two perspectives. There's two reasons, behind this opinion. Because I'm also looking at the tech insiders' comments. So I think the first reason behind this opinion is that a lot of the smartphones right now available in the market are highly alike in terms of design and in terms of specifications. So this is why people are getting this perception. And the second thing is, because I'm reading the tech insiders' comment as well, there is an opinion is that right now the major big tech companies on the market, because of the bureaucracy, so they're not offering enough innovation in the market or in their product because they're trying to hide. So for our OPPO, I think we are very strongly, against this trend, because we are here to just make a difference, and we're here to challenge the status quo. So in OPPO, there's several things that we are insisting. So innovation, because innovation is at our heart. So the first thing is the very main thing that we're trying to do all the time is that we're designing new products. So as you can see, globally, we have launched our foldable device since 2 years before. And actually, this kind of research already started for over 5 years. We were accumulating patents in order to push out a perfect foldable device. So the smartphone design and exploring the new form factor of a smartphone and to offer more possibility to consumers is always the path that we're following right now. And the second thing is we're investing a lot into the underlying technology. I think because as a tech company, it's more than just producing or assembling smartphone, but instead to research into the underlying technology to push the industry forward. For instance, we have been investing a lot into researching 6G communication. So this year, in MWC, we were introducing a prototype. It's not a smartphone, but it's a tag. And the tag basically is a very small tag, which you can use to attach to your luggage or to your other stuff or your keys to keep track of your stuff. It's not a new solution in the market, but what's new about it is that we have incorporated our 6G research into it to make this tag a battery-free. So basically, you don't need to charge it. It's a battery-free tag. This is still a prototype, but from our research R&D department, we have a lot of solution in researching into this area to make our product more interesting and come up with something really matters. As you can see from our history, when we were introducing pop-up camera or periscope lens, that's the driving force and spiritual force behind our, let's say, approach. So that's Oppo. So if you ever have a chance to go China and visit our headquarters, you can see that we have a lot of young talent in our company. And for the young talent, their opinions and their thoughts are really valued by the management. So I think that's why Oppo are able to change the market and come up with something new.
If we come back to the Bangladeshi market again, it is expected and we want to become a developed country by 2041. If it is, do you think we are using enough digital devices or have we become enough digital to be like a developed country?
Right now, I think the digital adoption is developing really fast, but there's still space. I think there's one space is that, of course, like more feature phone users, they are changing to smartphone, and which is, giving more opportunities for the new, digital-based industry, like mobile payment or online e-commerce. But on the other hand, I also feel it's very important to accept and introduce groundbreaking new technology solution, because this is although such solution sometimes is adopted first on a high-end device, but this is something that really changed the consumer experience, and by incorporating the know-how of technology company from the private sector to the public service, maybe there's new opportunity that can be, introduced on this market to change, to make this kind of a solution available to more people, not just, on a lower end smartphone device, but maybe in some public service options.
Do you think Bangladesh has a great investment scenario to offer new investment opportunities to other international companies, not like China, maybe from other countries? What is your insight about it?
Yeah, for sure. I think Bangladesh market should open to, of course, not just Chinese companies, but right now, because in the tech sector, of course, the Chinese players are rising, but there's also a lot of opportunities for the foreign investors to invest in Bangladesh. I think Oppo is a good example, because for Oppo, we're more than a Chinese company. We have international business. We have footprint in over 40 countries already, and we have also succeed in the localized approach in different countries. So we have separate team managing different countries. So I think Oppo is setting a very good example for not just Chinese business, but also the overseas business to explore the possibilities in Bangladesh market. And yeah.
And how about the other tech giants or any other companies that is going to invest in Bangladesh? Always they're talking about the infrastructure and other facilities. Do you think these are big challenges for the international companies to invest in Bangladesh? I'm talking about the infrastructures only.
Of course, it's a challenge, but I think as a private company, we should also think about how to, make a difference and play our role in this, in changing, actually, no matter the infrastructure or software service. Let me put an example, because right now we have a very good basis, is that the widespread of smartphone and the wide coverage of internet network. Maybe we can introduce some because it will impact a lot of areas like health tech and also agriculture, like that. Like, let's take health tech as an example. If we're able to, leverage this basis for our market, maybe we can introduce some new solutions in the health tech part to empower people to do remote medical consultancy. Because I've also noticed, like, here a lot of people are traveling abroad to seek for medical service. It's also possible to introduce maybe like public service connecting the hospital and doctor to to the normal users, so that more people can enjoy a better medical service. So I think all this sector is where tech companies can play a bigger role in this market. Because tech companies has the know-how, but we have our patents behind in our company, research and R&D center. But we're also looking forward to open up to collaborate in this public sector to benefit more people.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. We will take another break and then we'll come back to you with 10 rapid fire questions. দর্শক, আমরা একটি বিরতির পর আবারও খুব দ্রুত ফিরব আপনাদের অতিথির সাথে। আমাদের সাথেই থাকুন। দর্শক, আবারও স্বাগত। আপনারা দেখছেন দ্য বিজনেস। আমাদের সাথে স্টুডিওতে আছেন মোবাইল ফোন কোম্পানি ওপোর দক্ষিণ এশিয়া অঞ্চলের ব্র্যান্ড ডিরেক্টর ইয়াংগু। As it is said that we are going to ask some rapid fire questions to you. This is actually from the young audience who are following your work for last years or many days, who are following our show as well. They have sent you 10 questions, so we are going to make it rapid fire. So the first question is going to be, which is easier to you, texting or calling?
I'm definitely a texting person.
Okay, so you prefer texting better than the calling. I do that as well. Secondly, what is the first tab you open when you wake up in the morning?
Oh, like all Chinese, WeChat, of course. But now I think short video application is changing this. Okay. So I've seen a lot of people now sourcing information from short video application. So because in China, for all the digital application, they have certain rules. For different people are using different application, but in general, people use WeChat to communicate.
The most amazing mobile feature you have seen so far, it can be from Oppo or other companies?
The most amazing mobile feature definitely is equipped on our foldable device. So I want to say is that our flip phone. Right now, because for our flip phone, there's two innovations, but the most amazing thing is the external screen and how you can deal with handle light task on an external screen.
Fourth question, what is going to be the big challenge for smartphone industry after fully launching 5G?
I think overall the smartphone industry is very challenging right now. Because of the overall economy after the pandemic, and the consumers are using smartphone for a longer time because of the budget issue, and also there's lack of real innovation in the market to trigger them to change to a new device. So as we see from the data, we can see that previously consumer changed their device around 1.5 or 2 years, but now they're using the same device for 3 or 4 years. This is a challenge, but it's also an opportunity, I think, for the players in the smartphone market to elevate their brand, because because if you're using your smartphone for a long time, it's more than just a fast-consuming good. It's more of your life companion. So, so the brand, trust over the brand is very important. My opinion on the challenges of the market, as well as the opportunities. Yeah.
Okay, fifth question. Which is going to be the mobile industry disruptor, artificial intelligence or augmented reality? Is it going to disrupt the industry, do you think?
Definitely, it's gonna change the industry, but in my personal opinion, is there's still a long way to go, because right now the AI, AR solutions are, very pricey. Like the global players, when they introduce their handset, it's very expensive right now. It's very tough for the ordinary people to use it. Previously, we have seen a huge demand on the market because of the pandemic, and people are working from home remotely, so they're enjoying this kind of device. But now this demand is kind of like hesitating, in my opinion. But definitely overall, if you just look at the technology point of view, it will change the people's experience, because they will change the way people interacting with the real world or the digital world, for sure. But it's a matter of the major tech players, how we introduce new concept and really make this kind of solution more available to everyone.
Okay, we're going to the sixth question. What do you see first in the CV when you hire someone?
I will, of course, I think as normal, as a common practice, I'll look at the experience for sure. But apart from the experience, I will look at the passion of the staff. It's not from the CV, but it's from their previous project experience and the way the candidate is talking. Because I think passion is a very important factor, which keeps you driving in your career. So and also it's matching our brand, what our brand wants, because our brand philosophy, not philosophy, but our brand proposition is inspiration ahead. So we're always looking for like groundbreaking ideas and solutions which can change the industry.
Okay, fair enough. Seventh question. What's your trick to stay relevant?
Talking to people.
Oh, that should be.
Yeah, I think talking is very important. Like communicating with different people is very important, because you can't get hold of a real information on paper or just through email or through calls.
Fair enough. That's the answer. The young audience should focus more. The eighth question. I want to know the answer as well. How do you kill time in Dhaka traffics?
I have been stuck in the traffic before, but the driver saved me. In my opinion, the Bangladeshi driver is the best in the world.
Wow. So, as you're traveling all the time, what do you miss most about the home?
Food.
Ah, Chinese food.
Yeah, and of course my family.
Definitely.
But I'm a very foodie person. But I'm open to all kind of food. So, but still, sometimes I miss Chinese food, because Chinese food is very diverse. And also my family, for sure.
Sure. We're going to have the last question of the rapid fire round. What is the best thing you like about Bangladesh?
My friend in Bangladesh. Very passionate friend in Bangladesh. And also, I like the rice in Bangladesh, because the rice here, I think, is very good, in my opinion. So I like palau. And right now, I'm also enjoying some special drink, the green, spicy, sticky drink here. I also like that.
We're done with the 10 rapid-fire questions. I guess whoever wants the answers, they are right now with that. Let's move on to the big questions again. We're talking about the young audience, the young generation who wants to focus more on the digital industry or the mobile industry. What are the skills they should work more to be relevant with the industry?
So it depends on your background and your goal. So there's two type of, let's say, expert in technology industry. First is if you're an expert oriented, like, you know, you're really dive into the details, you like to make things perfect, you can seek for the R&D part and also admin part, and a lot of work available. And the second type of candidate is, I think it depends on his or her passion as well, is to always keep up new trend and very creative, and is able to come up with new solution. This is also the type of talent that I think the overall tech industry is looking for. So it's very important for young talent to not just understand what you have learned, but also understand what what type of talent you are and what is your real passion.
If we consider the entrepreneurs here in Bangladesh, is there any chance for them to work with the Oppo industry here in Bangladesh, maybe as a backward industry?
Yes, for sure. We have also noticed, like, you know, because I have visited Boyd, and we're also looking for, you know, more collaboration with the entrepreneur, especially in the tech industry. And no matter, you know, working in application or software solutions, we're looking forward to collaborate with the entrepreneur. And the second path that we're, direction that we're looking at is for education, because I think it's also very important to, to improve the digital literacy here. So one of our CSR direction is more towards digital inclusivity. So we're also looking forward to collaborate with charity organizations or educational institution to come up with training programs to, especially the citizens in the rural area, to, make them familiar with digital device and able to tap into this digital transformation.
How do you evaluate the skill of the workers here in Bangladesh? Maybe the workers working in the factory and your colleagues around in the office. How do you evaluate their skills?
I think it depends on, each individual person. But overall, my perception here is at least our employee, they're very hardworking and they're very self-motivated, which is, what really surprised me. So I think here right now there's a problem is that some skilled professional want to move abroad.
How do you see the mobile phone industry in Bangladesh after 10 years?
It's very difficult to foresee right now, but I think one of the major transformation will be the formality of the smartphone. So this is the one major trend that I can see right now. I think in the future, the common vertical device might be transforming into different type of device that is related to flexible screen. So and the phone is going to be lighter, and there's more way of using, because eventually phone is going to be a center of the digital world. And the second trend I can see that right now is the connectivity. So I think in the future, everything will be interconnected, and it's not just about IoT product, but also about the new innovations such as AR and VR, how it's changing the way that you interact with the real world and the digital world. That is something that I think is the trend that we can see in 10 years is going to be happen.
Yangu, thank you for joining again in our show. দর্শক, এতক্ষণ ধরে যে আয়োজন হলো, যে আলোচনা হলো, তাতে একটি জিনিস স্পষ্ট, যেই স্মার্ট ডিভাইস বা যেই স্মার্টফোনটি নিয়ে আমরা এই মুহূর্তে কাজ করছি বা সারাদিন কাটিয়ে দিচ্ছি বা নিজে বিভিন্ন কাজে ব্যবহার করছি, এটি যে আসলে ডিভাইসের শেষ নয়, বরং আরও অনেক ধরনের ইনোভেশন যে আসছে এবং 5Gর পরে যখন 6Gর প্রযুক্তি বাংলাদেশে চলে আসবে, বিশ্বে চলে আসবে, সেখানেও যে একটি ডিভাইস শুধুমাত্র স্মার্ট ডিভাইস থাকবে না, সেটাতে আরও যে অনেক অনুষঙ্গ তৈরি হবে এবং ওপর মতো ব্র্যান্ডগুলো যে এগুলো নিয়ে কাজ করছে সেটি আজকে তাদের দক্ষিণ এশিয়া অঞ্চলের ব্র্যান্ড ডিরেক্টর বলার চেষ্টা করেছেন। এটি গেল একটি দিক। দ্বিতীয়টি হচ্ছে এখানে আরও অনেক ধরনের এই নতুন ধরনের যেসব বিদেশি কোম্পানিগুলো বাংলাদেশে কাজ করছে তাদের সাথে আসলে তরুণদের কাজ করার অনেক সুযোগ রয়েছে, স্টার্টআপদের অনেক কাজ করার সুযোগ রয়েছে। সেই সুযোগগুলো আসলে কীভাবে আসতে পারে সেই বিষয়ে তিনি দিক নির্দেশনা দিয়েছেন এবং কিছু ছোট ছোট পলিসি মেকিং এবং করের ক্ষেত্রে কিছুটা ছাড় দিলে আসলে যে এই ধরনের শিল্প আরও অনেক বড় হতে পারে বাংলাদেশে, সেটিও কিন্তু আজকে তিনি স্পষ্টভাবে বলেছেন। দর্শক, আশা করি যারা যেই জায়গা থেকে নিজেদের কন্ট্রিবিউট করা দরকার তারা সেটি করবেন। এতক্ষণ ধরে যারা আয়োজন দেখেছেন তাদের সবাইকে অনেক ধন্যবাদ। সবাই অনেক ভালো থাকবেন।